Welcome parishioners and internet watchers. Father Dan coming for my weekly update. This time we're in the basement of the rectory at Nativity. Why? Because I've been working on nativity buildings for the Sioux City display, and you'll see some of that behind me. More on that towards the end. We'll give you a better view of what all those buildings are. What we're talking about today is the reopening. However, it won't be happening anytime soon. It really takes about 2 weeks of declining numbers. We haven't even had 1 day of declining numbers. And then eventually we'll open back up with limited numbers. That's in your Globe newspaper. You'll be able to see that this coming weekend here in your issue. We're also going to make a video in the churches to show what it looks like, how we're going to give out communion, what the arrangements are, and so forth. So that's all coming one of these days too. And then also we'll be live streaming the masses when we do go live. We do go back to church. We'll be, rather than pre-recording them and putting them out, we will be using the first mass that we have for the weekend, and we'll be putting those on the internet at both places, and you'll be able to access those easily on Facebook, the website, YouTube, and so forth. And so that's all coming our way. So please be paying attention to that, but not anytime soon. And then long-term planning we've been talking about. What are we doing as a parish that we could do better? Where we need improvements at, and maybe where are we not doing anything for? And some of the areas we've come up with is divorced Catholics. Somebody needs to reach out to divorced Catholics. Divorces are very traumatic, very tough things to go through, and to go through them alone is really difficult. So we need to have like a monthly support group where divorced people can get together and maybe share each other's stories, give some advice and guidance, and pray together, of course. And not only that, but also something for single parents. It's very difficult there. Of course, we'll have to have babysitting with single parents, but just a place to come together and maybe get some advice, bend an ear, have a little bit of time together, and of course prayer. We're also looking at young families, young adults, newlyweds, areas we need to move into there. So we're going to come out of this shutdown a stronger parish than we were going in, more focused and doing more things. So come the fall, when hopefully we're more back to close to full speed anyway, be thinking about what area is God calling you to do. We need people to help out with these. Obviously, I've never been through a divorce before. And I'm not a single parent, so we could use people that have some experience in that and can maybe lend a hand and an ear and a little bit of advice. Now, as for our graduates, we're still praying for our graduates. We wish you could have had a better party. We should have had a graduation mass, but nonetheless, you are in our prayers. You should have all gotten your little bag from us, your little gift. They've all been delivered. If not, please let us know. And like I say, we're praying for you, and in our hearts, we're partying with you. Now, as for these buildings behind us, we're going to pause, and we're going to give you a little bit of zoom in on these different buildings here and tell you what you're looking at. Okay, this is the great downtown county courthouse of Woodbury County, and you can see it's fairly, it's not as tall as it should be, but it's fairly close to what that beautiful prairie-style architecture building looks like. Sitting next to it here is none other than Sneaky's Chicken. You can't do Sioux City without having Sneaky's Chicken involved. And sitting next to that is the Immaculate Conception Church. And then to the right of that is none other than Nativity Church itself. So we got the two new churches, and then we're going to add 6 feet to the Sioux City nativity scene. That will make it go from about 14 feet long to 20 feet long by about 10 feet deep. And in the back, the first one on your right there, is the old depot downtown. It's kind of a shortened up room. I didn't have room for all of it, but it's shortened up with a railroad car you see in front of it. And then next to it is Alfredo's Pizza. Got to have Alfredo's Pizza. And then we have next to that is the old Milwaukee Wiener House is right there. And then next to that is the 2 buildings of Bush Cleaners as well as Jerry's Pizza. So these are the buildings we've added. So we'll be looking for them come December 1st or so. We'll have these out on display as our expanded nativity scene. God bless and stay healthy, everybody.